Hey there, Wolfpack. This is Mr. G. I am your robotics teacher for the next 9 weeks. Sorry, this is, I don't think, the first day and the way we want the first day of class to go, but we'll make the best of it. So, I've got a short video today that you'll be watching for class, and we'll try to get into some pattern and routine. And pattern that you'll have every day is when you come in, you're going to have an attendance question. It gives me some time to take attendance, take roll, and for you to talk with a neighbor and learn a little bit about yourself and about people around you. So, today, first question I have for you is what's the correct order to eat, get dressed, and brush teeth in the morning? I'm going to have a question pop up here in just a moment. The video will pause. Take a second to answer that question and then move on. Keep watching the rest of the video. I'm introducing you to some of our routines and also some of the websites we'll be using. A little bit that you might want to know about me. I'm from Minnesota. I grew up in a small town down here in the very southwest corner in Rock County, Minnesota. So, yes, I follow all of the professional Minnesota sports teams like the Vikings, the Timberwolves, the Twins, all of those teams. But my first degree, my bachelor's degree, came from Augustana University, which was just across the border from where I lived in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I have a grad degree from Princeton Theological Seminary, and then my teaching degree came from Bellarmine University. So that's where I've gotten all of my education kind of along the way. A little bit more about me. Here's my family. Uh, I am married to Noelle. She's my wife, and that's my son Quinn and Alex. They're both in high school. Quinn is a junior, Alex is a freshman. Here, we were on a vacation, got to be right on the Mississippi River, which just froze over during this polar vortex. Here on the side, we've got a couple of our furry family friends. This is Tori, our big dog, and Maggie, and you can see her in the cone. She was not having the best of time, but she was getting better. We also have an old cat that we've rescued, and her name is Birdie. Here's some of my hobbies. My hobbies are, well, you can see the shoes, and those would be running shoes. So I do like to run. I do like to exercise, get outside, do some things there. This little scene here is from a board game called Scythe. I like to play board games. We have some friends that we get together to play games with. And I also like to read. I read a little bit every night, and this is a book it's called Scythe. It's a part of a trilogy. You might get to reading that at some point later in middle school or in high school. I know my kids have read that book and that series. So that's a little bit about me, a little bit about my hobbies, some of my interests. We're going to kind of click ahead here and take a look at a couple of other websites that we're going to use in class. Obviously, you're going to know Google Classroom, and right now there's not too much in here. In just a second, I'm going to post this video and the questions that go along with it, and this will give you an opportunity each and every day. Open up Google Classroom, see what we have there. We might have an activity, we might have something to open, but every day you're going to need your Chromebook, because if we're not in Google Classroom for an assignment, you are definitely going to be over here on a page called spike.legoeducation.com. You might want to bookmark that, and you bookmark items for your Chromebook by clicking the little star in that browser bar. So if you do click it, it gives you a bookmark link. You can rename it however you want to rename it. And when you're done, it should pop up right here along your bookmarks bar. So I have some folders. Mine is in the robotics folder, but yours will pop up right here. It makes it easy to click and get started each and every day. When you get in here, you're going to click on Home, and we are a Spike Prime set, so you might have another question that says either choose Essentials or Spike Prime. And when you get in there, you've got off to the side, there's a Home button where you can start new coding projects or open some projects that you've started before. You've got tutorials, which we'll be using early on in this class, probably the first day I actually see you in person. We'll start to work through some of the tutorials that they have. And then we've got units, and each one of these units has like an invention squad. There's a number of building plans and coding plans that go along with those. We'll be using quite a few of these as we go through our class. Um, and then there's just some general building instructions here for different items that we might be building. So that's a little bit about the websites we'll be using. We'll be using Google Classroom. We'll be using spike.legoeducation.com. And our three big goals, our three learning tasks for this class are to learn to build, to learn to code, and to design. And we're designing to meet criteria and constraints that will be given for our problems and our projects along the way. So, good morning, everybody. It's good to see you virtually, but we'll try to see you in person here in the next couple of days.